What's up, everyone? It's Tim from TimPlaysAGame here with LAYTON'S Mystery Journey. Katrielle. Sorry, I gotta look at the whole title. Hold on. Katrielle and the Millionaires Conspiracy. God, this is a long title. If you're not familiar, it's a continuation of the Professor Layton series. So last time we were in the middle of a case. Katrielle accompanies Inspector Hastings to meet the person requesting the investigation, London's Mayor, Piper Loanita. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize. The mayor describes the legend of the Thames. The case that the team have been asked to investigate is basically the exact same story. Could this be a copycat crime? Oh, that's where we're at. Okay. This game's pretty good at getting you caught up with everything. If you like save. So we gotta head to the Thames next. So there's some like secret stuff though if you look around. Hint coins. Alright. Should've gone by bicycle. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's me.
You're that so-called detective who thinks you solve cases with gut feelings and instinct, aren't you?
Do I know you?
Oh, we will.
I'm Emiliana Perfetti, forensic analyst and profiling expert. Unlike some people, I base my deductions on hard evidence, facts and figures.
Unlike some people, you've mentioned one other person since I've talked to you, and that's me.
That all sounds very
Unlike
impressive.
some people.
Yeah, impressively stuck up.
Definitely.
Anyway, I'm investigating this case. To be perfectly honest, your involvement is a headache I could do without. You should just leave it to the professionals.
Well,
Yeah, well, you're
as long as the case is solved in the end,
a pain in the
does
butt
it
that I
matter
can deal
if it's
without.
facts or fortuity that get you there?
Yeah, I can't swear.
There's no doubt in my mind that I'll solve this mystery.
Oh?
So, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. If you call rolling dice and drawing tarot cards work.
Katrielle Layton. Just because you're Professor Layton's daughter. Va bene? We'll see how far your methods get you.
Wow, she's like classic evil villain. Rabbit, how you doing tonight? Why does the dog talk? Yeah, that we're still trying to figure that case. We're still trying to crack that case. She's a profiler. She's pretty well respected down at the yard. Miliana Perfetti's her name. We all call her Perfect Perfetti. Oh god. A profiler? You mean someone who analyzes criminals and their motives? Something like that. Profiling's all about evaluation of physical evidence and reconstructing crime scenes and the like. Perfetti's got a real knack for figuring out details about criminals by gathering a ton of information from crime scenes and analyzing everything she finds. She helped crack a number of cases that have God, just pronounce the letter H, dude. That have everyone else at the yard stumped. Sounds like she's a very talented lady. Yeah, and if we don't pull our claws out, she's going to steal our thunder and solve this case before we do. You're right, Cheryl. Are you talking to your dog? And while we're building our reputation, we could really do with solving high-profile cases like this ourselves. Oh, Rabbit's making a voice video. Awesome. Can't wait to see that. And Harry had KFC for lunch, so it's been an exciting day for everyone. I think we'll start by heading to the river, where the incidents took place. Alright, well, thanks, Kat. This isn't just about pleasing the mayor, of course. It's about allowing Londoners to enjoy the festival. I hear you loud and clear, Inspector. So we'll be running along. Riding along. Because we got a bike. On the move. Alright, by the themes. You've arrived at by the themes. So this is where the festivities take place, isn't it? There's more going on than I expected, actually. Oh, look, ice cream. Later. Yes, alright, sure. I was only joking. The investigation comes first, I know. Ooh, freshly baked muffins. Just smell that. Joking, were you? Really? You wouldn't know anything had happened, would you? Everyone seems to be having a jolly good time. But if our reporter friend Douglas Dirt is to be believed, the public are well aware of the incidents. Perhaps we should talk to a few members of the public while we're here, and see if we can learn anything new. Claude, how you doing tonight? Yeah, my British accent. That's the thing, my British accent is good to people who don't speak with a British accent. Anyone who speaks with a British accent knows I'm faking it. Like, oh, come on, you're not... We don't all talk like this, what? Alright. Oh, these two. Reoccurring characters. Oh, wow, this is the Riverside Festival. I can't believe it, it's the best. I know, it is just the best. I suppose it is the most famous festival in London, mind you. I'd heard it was really boring, though, but look at all these people here. Coming here was just the best idea, Benji. I really wanted us to take part in the show of devotion tonight, but apparently you have to apply in advance. Oh no, really? But I wanted everyone to see how in love we are. We're gonna be seeing them again, so... okay. Oh, have you heard the rumors about what happened this morning? They say something was shoved into the river, and then a lass chucked herself in on the other bank. 'Tis just a legend of the same, so it is. I used to sing sea shanties about it when I was a lad. Now I'm here, I just found out about something called the Riverside Show of Devotion going on this evening. It's sad about the missing couples and everything, but I still want to enjoy the show. It feels rather like the tragic incidents have actually attracted more people down here. Yes, it was always something of a low-key affair before the Riverside Festival. I think perhaps not very many people were ever really aware of it. So it seems that since people got wind of the incidents, they decided to come down here and see what the festival is all about. That's poor-tasted, that is. Well, it's the way of the world, Shell. It's only when things make the headlines for whatever reason that people realize, well, oh my god, that's so true. Much like how all these people are in the presence of a great detective at this very moment, but they have no idea. I'm sure your name will be in the papers soon, Miss Layton, don't you worry. Yes, hopefully. Anyway, we still haven't found out anything more about the incidents, have we? No, there are so many people here for the festival, but no one seems to have actually seen what happened. Well, let's not forget the incidents that took place on both banks of the river. We should go and investigate on the other side as well. Come along, you two. Coming, miss. Lapdog. On the other side. So, this is where the missing woman threw herself into the river, then? It's dead quiet on this bank compared to the other side where the festival's happening. Yes, but there are still plenty of passers-by. Somebody may have seen something. But how will we ever find them? Well, we certainly won't find out anything unless we start asking some questions. Let's start by asking this cat. Meown! Meown. That's it. Pierce me in drums, why don't you? Is that a puzzle he's pawing? Ooh, I wonder what sort of puzzle a cat would be playing with. Yeah, a cat with a puzzle. Never seen that before. Alright, Pinstripes, I'll show you how it's done. Wait, the dog's gonna solve this puzzle? Alright, here we go. Bringing up the rear. Oh, this is one of the... Okay, this is one of those things where one person's telling a lie or something. Okay. Bringing up the rear. After 5 friends arrive at an arranged meeting place, they each describe what they could see ahead of them on the way. Here's what they all say. A says, I could see C because we were walking together. B says, I could see a few people ahead of me. C says D was walking in front of A. D says he doesn't see anyone. And E says B was walking behind C. Nobody overtook anyone else on the way, so who arrived last? Okay, well, let's take a look at this one more time. Okay, A could see C because we were walking together, so A and C were the same position. So neither one of them could have been last, I think. B said he could see a few people ahead of him, so B was at least two to three people behind. C says D was walking in front of A. The only way they'd be able to see that is if C was behind D and A. And D says he didn't see anyone. So D was probably in first place. Was probably at the front. A and C were walking together. And then E says B was walking behind C. Which means the person behind everyone else was E.
I eat puzzles like this for breakfast.
Nice.
That's too easy.
Is the dude her assistant? Yeah, the dude is her assistant. Alright. Oh, done it. Haha. I wonder where all this Mogi got the puzzle from in the first place. Meow, meow, meow. That answers everything. Ooh. You find just weird stuff just clicking around. Oh, that's weird stuff. Good evening, sir. What have you got? What have you caught? Anything? Oh, fellow night fisherman, are you? What have I caught, you ask? Let me see. Fish! Yes, I've caught fish. Oh, dearie me, I'm not sure we're going to have much luck with this chap. We're investigating the incident that occurred here earlier today. Do you know anything about it? Incident? What incident? Oh, you mean that incident. So you know about it then? The woman who fell into the river? Know about it? I saw it. Saw it with me own eyes. Bingo, an eyewitness straight off the bat. That is fishy. Pwahaha. Could you tell us what you saw, please? What? Who saw? Me? Yes, you said that you saw what took place with your own eyes. Oh, yes, of course. Ah, this place, see. The place. Yes, I saw them, alright. Although it's unusual to see a place here, so they might have been sold. No, not fish. We're asking about the... Oh god, this conversation's going nowhere. A woman, you say? In the river? Do you know? I think I might have seen something like that. Or did I? Oh, make up your mind, old man. Holy mackerel, your dog made me jump with that old-sounding bark, but actually, it's made me remember something. Really? It was this morning early. The sun wasn't quite up yet. I was here fishing as usual. Anyway, nothing was biting, and I was just gazing over the opposite bank absent-mindedly when it happened. I could make out a fellow standing there, and then another figure appeared behind him and shoved him in. What happened to the man who fell in? Well, I didn't see him thrashing about or anything. He just vanished. Don't know if he went under a straight way or if he was washed downstream or what. And whoever did it just ran off, just like that, without a second glance. It's a murder then, no doubt about it. There's more to this case though, Ernest. Carry on, please, sir. What else can you tell us? Well, before I even had a time to be surprised, a woman on this side of the river threw herself in as well. Are you certain about that? She definitely threw herself in. Dead certain. I've got a memory like a... I've got a great memory. Me. Says who? She was a young woman. She was standing not far from me, just looking into the water with a sad look in her eyes. But I never expected her to jump in. And it was the same with her. She just disappeared straight away once she hit the water. Never saw her again. Someone must have called the old Bill because they were here not long after. I don't think they found her though. So the woman really did throw herself in. It was a suicide then. And did you get a look at whoever it was who pushed the man in on the other bank, sir? Oh, I saw him all right, yes. But I couldn't really tell you what they looked like. The river's wide. See, it's a fair old distance to make out any distinguishing features. So you couldn't see the culprit's face then? Sorry, not at all. No, I couldn't even guess at the person's height, let alone describe their face. I see. Well, you've still given us a very valuable statement, sir. Thank you. You've been a real help. Real help? What have you spotted something? Don't worry, I'll grab the bait and we'll hook them together. No, it's alright. Thank you again for your time. Goodbye now. Now they need a talking cat, yes. To go with the talking dog. The opposite bank is too far away for our fisherman friend to have made out the face of the person responsible for pushing the victim into the river. Aha! I have an idea. Ernest, could you just sprint over to the other side of the river now? Just sprint over? That's the best part of a mile. He's not your dog's body cat. Oh, I don't mind. Eh? You don't mind? Of course not. I'd be delighted to do it. Delighted to? Are you barking? No, what are you grinning like that for? Have you forgotten the legend? When you gaze at each other from the opposite banks of the Thames, your love will... I mean, never mind. I'll be on my way. God. As quickly as you can, please, Ernest. Now that is a bad case of puppy love. More dog jokes. Dog jokes and dog-themed comedy. That was a long way. Now then, Miss Layton, should be just over... Yes, there she is. You, Miss Layton! The other bank certainly is a long way off. I can't make out Ernest's face from here. The old fisherman was right, it seems. Aren't you going to wave back? The little tyke's going to wave his arm off in a minute. Looks like witness statements aren't going to help us identify the culprit. We'll have to find our other avenues. You're not hearing me at all, are you, poor pup? Throw him a bone, cat. More dog comedy.
2 people killed in exactly the same way as the legend. Coincidence?
Yes.
There's no such thing as coincidence.
Except when things are coincidental. I'm back. I was waving and waving. Did you see me, miss? No. You didn't? Well, I was deep in thought, Ernest. Oh, I see. Gosh, that sprint must be catching up with me. I feel shattered all of a sudden. Don't be disheartened, Pinstripes. The road to true love is never easy, they say. Ernest, there's no time to catch your breath, I'm afraid. No time to breathe. We have to find out more about the victims now. Both the man who was pushed and the woman who threw herself in were residents of Chancellor Lane, according to what Inspector Hastings told us. So let's head back there and see if we can find anything that might be useful. Okay. Okay, so let's see. The first part of the case, deaths mimicking legend. Let's see, right here. Yep. Yeah, Ernest has a crush on Katrielle. That should be painfully obvious by now. Alright, so let's see. Deaths mimicking legend. A man pushed in a woman throwing herself into the river exactly as in the Legend of the Thames. Could it be a deliberate mimicking? That would be interesting. I think I might have gone wrong. Oh no, I got the right place. Okay. It's a rather funny coincidence that both the man and the woman lived here on Chancellor Lane. You could say they were our neighbors, but I don't recall ever having seen either of them before. Well, it's not like we've been on Chancellor Lane for long, is it? I'm sure we wouldn't recognize the majority of our neighbors. Anyway, let's see if anyone else on the street has some information for us. Let's talk to Italian restaurant guy. Ciao, bella signora. I have been waiting expectantly for you to visit us again. I'm sure Miss Layton doesn't appreciate your over-familiar tone. How kind of you, and good evening. Actually, I was hoping to ask you a few questions. Have you heard about the couple who went missing in the Thames this morning? Of course, Vic and Tim are both regular customers of ours. I see. They come here together on dates. That's the name of the victims, Vic and Tim. They come here together on dates, you mean? Why did it just turn into anime for a second? Because they have anime cutscenes in this game, which... I mean, they actually made an anime series after this game came out, so I haven't seen any episodes, but I'm going to check that out later. No, they always come with friends. I don't think I've ever seen them here on their own as a couple. Really? Well, thank you for your time. You aren't dining with us today, Signora. Such a shame. Well, don't be a stranger. Ciao, ciao. Good evening, madam. I was wondering if you might spare us a minute to answer some questions. Yes, what about? Have you heard about the couple who live here in Chancellor Lane? They went missing this morning after falling into the Thames. Vic and Tim, you mean? Yes, I've heard. It's so awful. Do you know them personally? Oh yes, they're very well known around here. They're both performers, you see. They love the limelight, those two, like this. Oh, they're a puzzle. Okay, there's a silhouette of someone standing on the... Okay, so we just got... Okay, I remember this one. They're waiting for the lights to come on so they can dazzle the audience. Can you light up the whole stage using only 4 spotlights? Lights change direction if they hit a mirror. Okay, select the light to switch it on or off, and illuminate every single square with the spotlights. Okay. So if I were to turn this one on, it would illuminate that much. If I were to turn this one on, that much. So that's what we need to do, and yeah, that one's obviously not it. So it's not this one or this one. Safe to say. It's probably gonna be something that hits like multiple areas. Like this one, yeah, that one looks good. And then probably this one. And I'm thinking this one. Oh, look at that. Okay.
So, in conclusion...
A lot of these, a good amount of these are just gotta be trial and error.
Thank goodness I got that right.
Stage is filled with light, the star is on the stage, it's showtime. Well done, you solved it. You're very good, aren't you? Can you tell me more about the couple in the question now? Yes, Vic and Tim are both star performers in the musical theatre. They're both actors, you mean? Yes, and very talented singers and dancers. They have I know I'm pronouncing this wrong, I apologize. Inimitable stage presence only natural performers possess. It's a terrible blow for the West End. There's a suggestion that Tim was pushed. Do you think it's possible someone bore him a grudge? Tim? Can't imagine so. He's such a mild-mannered fellow. And I saw Vic just yesterday. She didn't seem any different to normal. I just can't believe she would have thrown herself into the river. Really, you saw her yesterday? That's right, at Lipsky's patisserie. Vic absolutely adores the cakes there. I can't bear it when I think of Vic's face lighting up at the prospect of one of Alex's cakes. I have to believe that they're both alright. They'll be found soon, surely. They'll just pop up again somewhere, won't they? Let's hope so. Well, thank you for your time, madam. Oh, you're welcome. I'll just keep on praying for a miracle. Jeez Louise. It's like, it started out so happy, then I started talking about dead people. It's like, oh, well, I'm sure it'll happen. Miracle, maybe. You never know. Would someone who was so excited about a cake only a day earlier really have thrown themselves into a river the following day? Could have been a final farewell treat for herself. Of course it couldn't. No matter how depressed you were, a delicious cake would always put you in a brighter frame of mind. Yeah, solve all your problems with food. That does not work. Not everyone thinks you do, Cat, thank goodness. Well, we've at least ascertained that Vic paid a visit to Lipsky's yesterday. Perhaps Alex might know something useful. Yes, you're right, Ernest. We should go there at once and see what we can glean. If he still has some of the cake he sold Vic yesterday, we'll obviously have to sample it. How did I know you were going to say that? Alright, let's see. So apparently Vic and Tim were theater performers. One of the key points of this case. No one knows of either having particular problems or troubles, though, so yeah. Off to Lipsky's. Oh wait, hold on. Un momento, por favor, signora. Oh, hello again. What can I do for my favorite waiter? I have a small problema. I was hoping you could help me with. You see, recently we have started to offer diners a special ideal meal service at the restaurant. They tell us what they like, and we create the perfect assortment of dishes for them, but it isn't going so well. Dare we inquire as to why? Well, our chef is a world-class cook, but he isn't so good at understanding what the customers want. But with your powers of deduction, Senora, you could devise the perfect menu for any of our diners. After all, you're a detective. It's your business to work out things about people anon. I see. I think it sounds fascinating. Oh, Miss Layton, you're so good to everyone. Too good, really. Jump in head first, why don't you, cat? Okay, so yeah, this is like a side puzzle thing. I'm not gonna get involved in it, but basically you have to just like design meals for customers. Okay, so on we go. We only got 2 hours here, guys. That smell, and look, these biscuits are fresh out of the oven. She's like a little puppy when she comes in here. I adore it when she becomes so excitable. We're never going to get anywhere with this pair. Oh, Alex's brother Hans is here too. Perfect, we can ask both of them if they have any information. Alright, well, let's start with the baker guy. I forget which one. Oh, Alex, okay. Hello, oh, crap, I forgot what voice I do for him. Hello, detective, welcome. You come to buy some of my wonderful cakes? Yes. No. Oh, no. Actually, we're investigating a case and I was wondering if you might have some information that could be relevant. This is in reference to Vic and Tim, by any chance? So you know them, Mr. Lipsky? No, yes. No, yes. They live near here. I know their faces, and they come here often to buy my cakes. Vic is in love with my profit rolls. I can't believe they're both missing. Thames is dangerous river. Vic's family are very shocked by this news, I think. Oh, do you know her family as well? No, yes. In fact, I took order from them for profit rolls. Really? They're ordering cakes when their daughter's missing. I thought it was strange, but that they made order, so I delivered. And how did they seem when you made their delivery? They didn't say nothing to me. They just take profit rolls and close door. Very intriguing. That is weird to get a cake when their daughter's missing. Funeral cake! From the makers of the birthday cake, the funeral cake. Oh, that's terrible. Good evening, Hans. Ah, Pani Layton. Again, I'm sorry about Big Ben incident. I learned my lesson. This is about something else, actually. The couple who went missing in the Thames this morning. Vic and Tim. I hear they are washed away in river. Are they friends of yours? No, yes. I made some props for their theater production sometimes. You do that as well. I say, you're a man of many talents, aren't you, Mr. Lipsky? Do you maybe know something that might help us with our investigation? Perhaps they had some problem that you know about, or they were worried about something. Sorry, they never say nothing like that to me. I did not even know they were together as couple. But they were. Well, if they were planning to take part in Show of Devotion tonight, then yes. Show is only for couples, but I did not know they were going out. Really? They never told me they never told this to me or anyone else in theater group. Maybe it was big secret? Well, if it was a secret, taking part in the Show of Devotion would have somewhat blown their cover. No, yes, that is why I'm surprised. Okay, wow, so no one really knew they were going out. The Lipsky brothers gave us some rather juicy information there, didn't they? Not half as juicy as those macaroons look on the shelf over there. God, you're still thinking about food. Not now! Fine, alright then, let's see if there's anyone else on Chancellor Lane who might have some information for us. Perhaps we could head back towards the office. Someone around there might know something. Back to the office. It's always the office. First the bakery, then the office. What do we got here? Gosh, I just spotted a puzzle amongst Mr. Lipsky's delicious treats there. I wonder if it's edible. An edible puzzle. Delicious. Oh, I don't know, miss. I think perhaps it would be more satisfying to solve it rather than eat it. I don't think she shares that sentiment, but okay. Fine, we'll solve it, then we'll eat it. Okay. So robots take the cake. Make sure the factory robots place all strawberries on all the cakes passing by on the conveyor belts. When you select a bot, it places the strawberry in its hand onto the closest cake. It then prepares a strawberry for the conveyor belt on the other side. Control the robots and place the strawberries on every cake. Robots do nothing if there is no cake in position, and you can't operate the same robot twice in a row. Wow, okay. Okay, so I'll start with the middle one. Trying to plan this out. Yeah, I botched it. Okay, so I gotta start with this one first. Then this one. I'll do this one. And this one. This one. That one. Dang. Okay, there's gotta be a way around this. This is probably one of the more complicated ones. Or maybe I'm just overcomplicating it. I feel like that one needs to be first because it's on the outside. I'll try that one next. And that one. There we go, okay. Like I said earlier, just trial and error. I'm sure there's a number of different combinations
So,
you
in
can do.
conclusion,
Solve it.
still no patch on Miss Layton, of course.
I did it! Very good, Ernest. I think I deserve a cake for that, don't you? I'm sure you do, miss, but perhaps not now. Now's not the time. Sure, we can find other stuff around here, too. Alright. Back to the office. Aha! What is it, Cat? Have you cracked it? That boutique store is open right now. Oh, not this again. Yes, it was closed the other day, wasn't it? That old lady said something about the owner only opening up when she feels like it. Let's go in and see what's what. I'm very curious about this place, especially as it was shut the other day. That's right, shopping is just what we need to solve this case. Don't be ridiculous, Shell, but we may find out some valuable information. Well, I suppose you never know where your next lead might come from. Good dog. Right, let's go on then. Talk to this guy. Oh, it's you. It's you sleuths again. I was just weighing up of whether or not I should go to the Riverside Festival or not. Ooh, we were just there, and there was luck. It was a luck. There are oodles of people gathering for this evening show devotion. It all sound interesting, but all that sentiment is too mushy for me. Open bracket. I don't want to turn up at the show of devotion on my own. Close bracket. Oh, I see. Yes, I understand. Look at this range. Complete outfits, hats, accessories. I'm sure you'd look delightful in anything at all, miss. I'd love to browse, but the investigation has to come first at the moment. Let's ask here if anyone knows anything. They're both making the same expression. Dearie me, fancy bumping into you again. Oh, good evening. Doing a bit of shopping, are you? It's the last day of the Riverside Festival, isn't it? The perfect excuse to buy a new outfit to go painting the town in tonight, I say. I'm especially excited because of all the hard work Pippa, that's the mayor, you know, has been putting in this year. Mayor Loanita, are you friends? Oh, dearie me, yes. We go back a very long way. She was often at high society dues with her father back when I was a young spring chicken myself. Ha ha ha. So Miss Loanita is from a wealthy background? Yes, and I must say she's managed the family affairs wonderfully since her father passed away. Credit to her name. I must confess, I was rather stunned when she announced that she was running for mayor, and even more stunned when she won. She certainly gives the impression that the proper governing of London's affairs is very important to her. Oh, dearie me, no. I don't think that's the reason she stood at all. I think it's fair to say that the reason she wanted to become mayor was to make the festival more festive again. Really? What do you mean exactly? Oh, I know. She seems like such a quiet thing now, doesn't she? But it wasn't ever so. No, back in her younger years, she loved a good knees up. Wait, what? A good knees up? I see. She doesn't give that impression now at all. Well, of course, her desire to promote the festival is much more than just a personal whim. She has a good heart, that girl. She wants the people of London to enjoy themselves, you see. Yes, I can see that her motives have merit. Dear me, there I go again, wittering on. I'm supposed to be buying a dress, not gossiping. Well, toodaloo. That was unexpected. That was an unexpected revelation about Mayor Loanita, wasn't it? Come along, Ernest. Show back to the Guildhall. But what about the investigation, miss? There's something I'd like to put to the mayor. Come along, we must hurry. Okay, wow, that might actually be an interesting plot point. Your childhood's memories. So, see, though cool and collected now, Mayor Loanita was once a lively, festival-loving girl. Was her motive for becoming mayor simply to promote the festival? Wow. Let's talk to her real quick. Hello, feel free to look around, won't you? Thank you. I wonder if we could ask you about the incident that occurred earlier today at the Riverside Festival. I'm afraid I really have no interest in the festival. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it, or any incident for that matter. Oh, I see. That's the end of that conversation, then. Yes, I think you're right, Sho. Well, no matter. Alright, a load of help that was. Kind of looking around, see if there's, like, hidden puzzles or anything. Oh, here we go. Big mirror. Let me see. I saw that, Sho. You're checking yourself out in the mirror, making sure your coat looks sleek and your ears aren't inside out. No, something just caught my eye, that's all. Oh, it's a puzzle. Perfect timing. I was starting to feel like a bored collie. Border collie. Okay, so let's see. The best 11. This lot love football, but their team is full of such useless players that they're known as H10, the Hopeless 10. Wow, okay. Yes, they only have 10 players. Can you move one match to turn them into an 11-player team? Press and hold A to pick up match, and then move it around. Press L and R while you're holding the match to rotate it. Okay. Let's see. Can you move one match to turn them into a 10-player team? Or an 11-player team? Oh, I see now. Okay. There we go. 1 plus 10.
I eat puzzles like this for breakfast. I ain't nothing but a hound
that was a little
dog.
vague, but yeah, that's kind of how it is. Usually it's the silliest answer when it's like that. You did it. Now there are 11 players on the team. With a goalkeeper like him, they won't be losing any games. Mind you, if they can't score a goal, they won't be winning any games either. Wow. Alright. That was a decent puzzle, worth doing. Now then, where's that annoying tuft? Sure, when were you last groomed? Oh, I wasn't looking. Don't worry, sure, I'll give you a brush later. Thank you, Pinstripes. Okay, so back to the business district. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Hello again. It is again, isn't it? You were here earlier, I think. Yes, that's right. What would you like to speak to the mayor, Loanita, again? I just took some papers to the mayor in the chamber a few minutes ago. She, has a visitor at the moment. A visitor? Oh dear, that's inconvenient. I really need to speak to the mayor at once. Mayor often has visitors, I'm afraid, like that young couple who are always here. A young couple, you say? Yes, I think they work in the theater, or maybe not. I'm not sure. I had a feeling I recognized their faces from the stage. I just can't remember their names. Vic and Tim, perhaps. Yes, that's it. That's them. They've been visiting the mayor almost every day recently. And you know, it all seemed to be rather hush-hush what they were talking about. Oh, I'm sure I'm just imagining things. Well, maybe I am. Anyway. Hush-hush sounds sus. Sounds sus to this pup. So the two missing persons were both friends of the mayor. Miss Layton, this could be a vital clue. I suspect there's more to this than meets the eye. Come along, we must quiz Miss Loanita at once. Oh, but I think the mayor's still busy with her, previous visitors. I'm afraid this matter is very urgent. Who even is the visitor, anyway? Oh, I think it was someone from Scotland Yard. A profiler, was it? A profiler? You don't mean I'm pronouncing this wrong, I apologize. Emiliana Perfetti, do you? Oh, yes, that's right. She, said she had some questions for the mayor. Not that the old sourpuss again. Emiliana visiting the mayor. Presumably this means she's also working on the case. Well, if we're all talking about the same thing, they won't mind if we barge in. Oh, I'm joining the conversation against your will. Okay, so mayor's linked to the victims. Apparently the mayor knew the victims. That's interesting. And they've been meeting at her office every day. Guildhall employee Hessie Tate claims that the mayor met the missing couple Vic and Tim many times in the lead up to the festival. Okay then. I think I've already talked to her, yeah. 1, 2, yeah, okay. We go. Oh, hello. Excuse me, this is a private meeting. Oh, Miss Perfetti, I'm sorry, we weren't expecting to find you here. Humph? Is everything alright? It's clear you don't like me. Now, whatever gives you that impression? There's no point trying to deny it. Your intonation betrays your true feelings. That little pause before you spoke, the way your lips curled up, the telltale shift of your eyes. I can read you like a book. Really? How incredible. I had no idea I was being so obvious. You aren't even going to attempt to die tonight. Let's get to the matter at hand, shall we? I see you've been interviewing the mayor. Va bene, yes. As I presume you being here means you are also interested in investigating the case. Very shrewd. So, what have you found so far? I don't see why I should tell you. That's right, because we don't actually want to solve this crime or anything. Allura, let's see if it's even worth filling you in. If you can solve this puzzle, I might consider it. God. Just happens to have a puzzle. See if she can trust people. Point the finger. Okay, so here we have 9 people. Some good guys, some bad guys, in quotes. If a good guy has a bad guy next to him, he will point at the bad guy. Otherwise, he will fold his arms. Whereas the bad guy always points at someone, whether that person is bad or not. Select a person to mark him as a bad guy. Select again to remove the mark. Okay. So if I'm reading this right, every good guy will have their arms folded. So, no. And apparently 2 bad guys, I think. So we don't have to worry about them, so that makes that part easy. Okay, so this person has 3 on him. Actually, this person's got 4, so he's bad. So we'll circle him. Okay, it doesn't matter that he's pointing at. Point at the bad guy. So none of these are bad guys, or else they'd be pointing. So the other bad guy. See, if a good guy has a bad guy next to him, he will always point. He will point at the bad guy. Otherwise, he will fold his arms, whereas the bad guy always points at someone, whether that person is good or bad. So just because no one's pointing at him doesn't necessarily make them a bad guy. But these three cannot be bad guys because the bottom row is not pointing at anyone. Okay. So he's definitely a bad guy. No, this one's definitely a bad guy. So it's between these two now. Bad guys always point at someone, whether that person is good or bad. Well, this person is pointing at a bad guy, so... And this guy is obviously pointing at a good guy, so that would make him a good guy cannot point at a good guy, so that makes him a bad guy. So it's got to be these two right here. Alright then.
This should do it, I think. And that's how it's done.
Okay, the bad guys are on the top row, in the middle, and on the right. Once you figure out the bad guys that point at the good guys, it's easy to spot them both. Okay, makes pretty much sense. Well, it wasn't a very difficult puzzle anyway. The perfect storm sweeps in again. Alright, as a special favor, I'll give you my analysis of the case. First of all, let's review the facts. This morning, a man was pushed from the bank on the Thames into the river. There was at least one witness, but he was on the opposite bank, and the criminal was too far away to be seen clearly. Soon afterwards, a woman threw herself into the river from the same bank as the witness. Which all fits in exactly with the legend of the Thames. Yes, the missing couple are known as Vic and Tim, residents of Chancellor Lane. They are both members of the theatrical group, and were planning to participate in tonight's show on the Riverside Show Devotion. However, no one appears to have realized that the pair were seeing each other, which is where the facts diverge from the legend. Meanwhile, we have information that the couple were meeting regularly with a certain third party. You know who that is, I presume. The very person who instigated the investigation, Mayor Pippa Loanita. Alora, from the facts, there is only one conclusion that can be drawn, and that is, the person who pushed him into the river was Mayor Loanita herself. Never! An interesting deduction, Emiliana. I admit there are some facts missing at the moment, but all the evidence points to Mayor Loanita. There is just one vital factor missing that would incriminate her beyond doubt. A motive, you mean? Yes. I see you and I are on the same page. Naturally, I've explored the possibility of the criminal being someone else. Usually I get a clear profile of the culprit from the case background and evidence surrounding the victims, but this time the profile isn't coming together. Why did the culprit push the man into the river? And how is that related to the woman throwing herself in? Neither point ties in with the current profile I've built up. This is the first time I've encountered a case like this. The profile, yes. Sounds like you're struggling a bit, Miss Buffetti. Struggling? Me? Ha! The more challenging the case, the more I shine. Did she say shine or wine? I know which one I heard. The fact that the profile doesn't fit some key facts about this case is an important piece of information in itself. All I need to do is work that back into my analysis and build up a new profile, so I must get back to the yard. Okay, that's interesting. So the profile doesn't fit the facts. Have you had any thoughts, Miss Layton? Oh no, it's nothing. Come along, we must talk to the mayor again. Yeah, so there doesn't really seem to be any real, really MO here for no motive, no real opportunity. It's just, yeah, it seems weird. So, indistinct killer profile. Even expert profiler Emiliana Perfetti is unable to produce a distinct profile for the killer in this case, which in itself may indicate something. That there is no killer, perhaps? I don't know. I mean, if you can't get a profile here, then it's probably something that doesn't exist. Then again, people say they saw the guy get pushed in. Excuse me, Mayor Loanita. Oh, hello again. How's your investigation coming along? Very well, thank you. I think we're nearly there. I'd just like to ask you one or two more questions, if I may. Of course, anything to help solve the case. Ask away. Thank you. I'll get straight to the point then. It seems you've really gone to extreme lengths for the sake of this year's Riverside Festival. Yes, well, it is a London tradition after all. I'm all for progress and forward thinking, but traditions are very important as well. I hear that you undertook a lot of planning yourself, and that you wanted to reinvigorate the festival in a way. Yes, I'm afraid I'm not good at delegating. I always want to do things myself whenever possible. I also understand that you've been having lengthy discussions with some of the participants in the show Devotion. That's true. It's the climax of the whole festival, so it requires special attention. It's really vital that the festival is a success this year. That's why I've had to plan everything so meticulously. I see. Well, I think we have a good idea of our particularly strong zeal for the event now, thank you. That's it? Strong zeal? Is that all you got, Cat? Haha, don't worry, Shell. That's all I need. Oh, that's strange. What is it, Miss Layton? There's something different about this office. Something changed since we were here before. Has it? Now you come to mention it, I'm picking up on something too. Having a good look around, everyone. We need to figure out what's different. Let's see if anyone can figure out what's different here. I'll give you guys a few seconds. I mean, we started the video with this scene, so... Meantime, I'm gonna look around for secrets. Maybe Emiliana did it. Oh, here we go. Okay, if you haven't figured out, it's the thing at the center of the screen. It's the teddy bear. Ah, this teddy bear wasn't here before, was it? Oh, isn't it cute? I must say, though, it doesn't really fit in with my image of the mayor. Haha, I suppose you wouldn't expect to find a cuddly bear in the office of a go-getter City of London mayor, would you? The truth is, the threadbare as he may be, this old friend helps me relax when things are getting a little hectic. It does seem a little out of place in here. You seem so self-assured and confident. Do I? Well, I have quite a few soft toys I was fond of when I was a little girl. I had one like this, too. Oh, another puzzle. There we go. Rabbit. Rainbow rabbit. Looks like this cuddly rabbit needs a bit of color. But there have been a few specific requests. You can only use 3 colors, pink, red, yellow, and blue. Pink should appear in 7 places. Yellow should appear in 4 places. And the same color shouldn't appear next to itself. Body and both shoes could have the same color. Now I'm not sure if white is like a thing, if white matters. Okay. Yeah, so I can't choose white. Okay, so let me think. So I can use 3 colors. Pink should appear in 7 places, so... And since the feet... Body and both shoes should be the same color. Okay. Probably yellow then. That's 4 places right there. That's 6. So yellow in 4 places. Pink should appear in 7 places. And then I guess, yeah, so... I think we did it. Body and both shoes should be the same color. Use the colors. Pink should appear in 7 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The same color shouldn't appear next to itself. I think that's right. The body and both shoes should be the same color. The body is yellow and the shoes are also yellow. I think that's right.
I've seen how to solve this now.
Yep, okay, we did it.
Puzzles are made for solving.
I think that was the only specific combination. Yeah, that was the only one. Yeah, some of these puzzles only have one solution, so if it's creative like that, you gotta really check yourself. Ha 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 ha! I had a feeling that wouldn't stump you. My father bought this for me. Actually, it was at the Riverside Festival from one of the street stalls there. Oh, so it has a special meaning for you then? Yes, that's right. Especially as my father is no longer with us. He was a very busy man. He used to work extremely hard, but even so, he always made time to take me to the Riverside Festival. I loved the festival and the times I spent at it with my father. Ah, so many memories. Yes, there's no greater treasure than memories of your loved ones, is there? Absolutely. And I'm sure lots of Londoners feel the same way about the festival. People in the city have been making wonderful family memories at it for years now, which is why it's such a terrible shame that the attendance has been falling in recent years. The idea of abolishing it altogether is just abhorrent. I have to preserve my precious memories. The festival must be a success. Are you alright, Miss Lowenita? Oh, I do apologize. I don't usually let myself get so animated. Please, don't apologize. It's nice for us to let lesser mortals to see what even someone as cool and collected as you loses a little control occasionally. Being mad means you have to keep your emotions buried, you see. Really? I would have thought it'd be better to be true to yourself in a role like yours. Maybe some of us are a little too true to ourselves, eh, Cat? I've had a good idea. I'd like to show you something rather special. Oh, something special? Yes, there's a balcony just outside. Oh god, no. I'm the next victim. She's gonna push me off the balcony. Would you join me out for a moment? Oh god. Oh, we're doing this. I mean, thankfully the balcony's only one story down. Well, what do you think of my view? Aren't the city lights beautiful? It's like all the stars have fallen from the night sky and landed on London. Now that's a view. Oh, and you can see the festival grounds from here too, look. So you can. The festival lights look lovely as well. They do, don't they? It's just a shame that year by year there have been less lights and less people enjoying the event. But see how bustling it is this year. All those people who've forgotten about the festival over time have come back again this year. And I feel confident now that next year there will be more people again, and even more than the year after. Parents bringing their children, and in the future those children bringing their own children. That's all I wanted. Okay then.
This year's Riverside Festival is going to be very special indeed.
Says the killer. It's going to be very special. You could say it's to die for. Okay. Run, Tim, run. Well, I'm very sorry for taking up so much of your time when you're so busy, Miss Lowenita. Gotta go. Oh, that's quite alright. I enjoyed discussing the festival with you. Good luck with the investigation. Thank you. I believe we're homing in on the truth now. Really? That's wonderful. Keep me posted. God. Special festival. Okay, so this should be the final piece of the case. Clue, special clue. So we got clue, special festival. So that is the entire case. Now we gotta solve it. Alright, let's just go over everything real quick. So let's see. Special festival. The Riverside Festival appears to have a special place in Mayor Lowenita's heart. She sees it as a key event for all Londoners to enjoy time as a family. Theater performers, both Vic and Tim, are musical theater performers up from the same group. No one knows of either having any particular problems or troubles. Guildhall employee has to take claims that the mayor met the missing couple, Vic and Tim, many times in the lead up to the festival. That's interesting. Met them together? Even expert profiler Emiliana Perfetti is unable to produce a distinct profile of the killer in this case, which in itself may indicate something. The Mayor's childhood memories. Though cool and collected now, Mayor Lowenita was once a lively, festival-loving girl. And this kind of goes hand in hand with Special Festival. Was her motive for becoming mayor simply to promote the festival? And then the deaths mimicking legend. There's a Legend of the Thames, where a man and women throw themselves into the river, or a man gets pushed, woman throws herself into the river, and asking if it's deliberately mimicking. Okay. I think we have enough to solve it. Doesn't seem to be really any real motive, any real killer here. But I kind of think like there's more going on here than meets the eye. I've cracked it. This is the case as it this case is as clear as a crystal to me now. It is. Could have sworn we were getting further and further from the truth. Oh, Miss Layton. Come on. Has a knack for seeming like she's going off on a tangent when I'm sure she's really solving the case in her own way. Well, I'm pretty sure anyway. So let's call Inspector Hastings and ask him to meet us. The time has come for me to reveal the truth behind the whole affair. At once, miss. Okay, we're getting the answers now. Have you really figured it all out, Kat? Tell all, Miss Layton, please. There isn't long until I have to give the closing speech at the festival. Oh, don't worry, this won't take long at all. As you all know, the incidents that took place this morning follow the old legend of the Thames, almost to the letter. Yeah, too much of a coincidence, that, obviously. Someone clearly made a deliberate effort to copy the legend. Quite right, Inspector. Somebody did exactly that. Oh, anime.
Alright then. Who's the culprit, Kat?
I think first, Inspector, there's something more important than identifying the culprit.
Wrong.
And that is how crazy you are about festivals, Mayor Loanida.
Who did it's far more important than who done it.
How did you know?
She's right, doggone it! Are you going to explain yourself, Kat, or what?
Mayor Loanida, loving the Riverside Festival as much as you do, it became unbearable to watch its popularity dwindle over recent years, didn't...
Oh dear.
So she killed him. Is that what you're saying?
No. A festival lover would never do such a thing.
Eh? But you said...
It was all an elaborate show, made possible by the mayor's great power and influence. Part of the festival entertainment, if you will.
I call it more of a abuse of power.
The murdered couple are alive and well, no doubt hidden somewhere inside this very building.
But she's the one who asked for me to investigate the case.
Yeah, investigate the case alone.
I'm sorry to say, Inspector, that I believe the mayor thought it was a case you wouldn't be able to solve.
Wow. Yeah. That is a bite in the balls.
Well, Katrielle, I see you're quite the entertainer.
Okay, wow.
It's been an eventful festival, that's for sure. And a successful one, too.
Yes. I'm delighted that my last festival as mayor hasn't been a flop. Thank you, Katrielle.
Are you retiring, Pippa?
Yes, I must. I've abused my position as mayor.
Thank you.
I just couldn't bear the thought of the festival my father always took me to being abolished, you see. But I've let everyone down.
I see. Well, I'll be sad to see you go.
Mayor Loanida, thanks to you, this year's festival enjoyed a record-breaking turnout. There's just one little problem.
Oh? What problem?
You're going to jail.
At this.
Goodness me, what?
It's a proposal put forward by some of London's youth. They want the same performance you cooked up this year to happen every year, only bigger.
More deaths, more suicide.
They're
Okay.
suggesting calling the old love story thing the Riverside Musical, and they're planning massive participation from youngsters all over the city.
I just don't believe it.
I think London still needs you at the helm, Mayor Loanida. After all, no one loves this city like you do, and it looks like next year's festival is gonna take some planning.
Oh, Inspector Hastings, I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. The missing couple made an appearance at the Riverside Show of Devotion that evening. They explained everything that had happened. The festival was an unprecedented success, attended by more people than ever before, thanks to Mayor Loanida's hard work. So it looks as though the festival will remain as one of London's great traditions. As a place where families can gather, make memories together that will last them a lifetime. Okay, wow. I don't know what to make of all that. So the mayor basically creates a fake murder-suicide situation, has some police involved, Ha, another day with no inquiries. Is London really so crime-free? If you've got nothing to do, why don't you tidy your desk? It looks like a dog's dinner. That mountain of papers and books of goodness knows what else is a disgrace. Don't you worry, Shell. I have a system. I know exactly where everything is. I'm kind of like that too. I'm disorganized, but I know where everything is. Miss Layton. Goodness, what is it, Ernest? Don't tell me the people of London have finally cottoned on to me. Are they queuing down the street? Oh, I do wish they were, miss, but sadly no. Oh, well, that's a relief. Yeah, it would be so terrible for the business if we actually had some clients. Think about it, Joe. People were queuing up to see me. I'd have no time for my afternoon tea. We need to get you some motivational training. It's not about being motivated. I'm holding back so I'm ready to respond with pep and verve when the situation really demands it. Now then, what was it you wanted, Ernest? Well, don't be surprised, miss, but I've won. A pair of tickets to the exclusive pre-screening of the new film, A Naval Advance, No Sub for Love. Oh my god. Really, that's great, Ernest. So, I was thinking perhaps you and I could go together, maybe. I mean, well, not as a work thing. I don't know. Oh, please, miss. It's Maverick D. Rector's film. I bet it'll be spiffing. Maverick D. Rector, is he a famous director or something? Oh, yes, he's the man at the moment in the film industry, miss. He breathed new life into the whole romance genre with his sentimental work, Edie, the Extra Hungry Terrestrial, and Attack of the Munchies. Oh, God. If that's a real film, I'm a professor of archaeology. It's got everything, Shell. Suspense, drama, animal romance. Really, words can't do justice. So, what's this new film about? What's this new film of his about, then? A Naval Advance, No Sub for Love. Oh, it's about love and emotions, and it's packed with edge-of-your-seat action, and apparently it has a real twist at the end. Well, I think I feel overwhelmed already. The point is, it's a fantastic film, I'm sure. And there are oodles of famous actors in it, and the sets are supposed to be incredible too. I'm sure you'd love it, miss. It really doesn't sound like my cup of tea, Ernest. Oh... Don't give up, Pinstripes. Keep at her. What would pique Miss Layton's interest? Food. Of course. Well, miss, I've also been given a coupon for a free portion of brand new durian-flavored popcorn. Gross. Popcorn, you say? I don't believe it. I'm in. That worked, really. I'd be glad to go with you in that case, Ernest. Where's the film showing? When do we leave? Now she's straining on the lead to get there. The preview is being shown at the Savoy. What's that? A famous cinema? Rather, the Savoy Theatre is known by film buffs all over the world. It used to be just a run-of-the-mill cinema, but about 10 years ago that was a huge renovation and it was turned into a luxury theatre. Since then it's attracted all manner of cultural figures and celebrities from London. It's considered the heart of British cinema now. Really, the cinema of choice of London's elite. Now I'm interested. The popcorn at such famous cinema is surely going to be to die for. But the film is what's exciting, miss. Leave it, Pinstripes. We have all known by now that we all know by now that cat's ruled by her belly. Of course, yes, a preview screening at such a prestigious location is going to be a big event, obviously. Oh, it is. I heard that, as well as the lucky winners like myself, all sorts of VIPs have been invited too. Really? Well, in that case, I'll have to dress up. As what? I was thinking I'd just go dressed as I am now, actually. Well, not me. I have to make more of an effort. That's what a gentlewoman does. Ha. I'll go and change now. Just give me a minute. Oh, Miss Layton, it's starting very soon, so... Well, you waited this long, dude. Please hurry if you can. Just give me a minute, she says. I know human minutes are longer than dog minutes, but this takes the biscuit. She has been a rather long time, hasn't she? If we don't hurry now, we're going to miss the show. Here I am, sorry to keep you waiting. How many outfits did you try on, Cal? I say, miss. Oh, adorable. I think the hat's a little much, but yeah. What do you think, Ernest? Show? Do I look silly in this dress? Silly? It's amazing what a dress can do. Well, I was hoping for a little bit of a reaction at least. Well, never mind. We better get going or we'll be late. Come along. Alright, let's go. He's just stranded there. An angel. Miss Layton is an angel. Wow, he's got it bad. So we're on to case 3, the stolen kiss. How can you steal a kiss? Here we are, miss, the Saveloy. It is grand, isn't it? Gaudy, even. I've never been inside myself. I've never been inside before, actually. I'm a little nervous. It's only a cinema. Yeah, come on, Pinstripes. Are you a man or a mouse? Because she'll eat you if you're a mouse. She'll behave. This isn't. Why'd you bring the dog? The dog can't go into the movie theater. This just isn't something to be nervous about, Ernest. It's not like when I have to add another book to the teetering pile on my desk. Tidy up. Bad dog. Anyway, enough of that. There are lots of people here, aren't there? Have they all won tickets, do you suppose? I expect so. It's almost palpable, isn't it? How everyone's dying for the film to start. I know I am. Oh, look, miss, over there. Isn't that Emiliana? Oh, God, she's a recurring character. Great. So it is. I wonder if that means something happened. She could be here investigating. I haven't noticed any kind of commotion or anything. If there was an incident, that would liven things. Never mind. Let's just go and get the information from the horse's mouth. Oh, we got a raid here. Thank you, Duma raid team. I appreciate that. Good evening, Emiliana. Katrielle, what are you doing here? Ernest here won tickets to some lovey-dovey film or other, so I decided to come along with him. But the question is, what are you doing here, Emiliana? Has there been an incident? No, I'm not here on police business. I've come to see the film as well. Oh, I didn't realize you were a film buff. Well, I wouldn't describe myself as a buff, exactly, but I enjoy the change of pace. Profiling all day demands a huge amount of concentration. But the only people here tonight are either involved in the production, VIPs, or they won the tickets like I did. So I presume that means you entered the prize draw as well, did you? Yes. Va bene. See, I entered the prize draw. So what? That doesn't make me a film buff. I just entered the draw because I felt like it and happened to win. But that's incredible. I mean, it's such a long-anticipated release. The competition was fierce. The chances of winning were tiny. I entered the draw over 100 times before I won. Well, I entered more than 200. 200? None. I mean, I'm just a very lucky person, that's all. Ah. What? I see, I understand. Yes, it's all very clear now. You put up a pretense about not really liking films, but the truth is you're here for the durian popcorn. What possible evidence do you have to support such a claim? I don't even like popcorn. You still refuse to admit it? It's not true. I'm not going to stand here and argue with you all night, Katrielle. I'm going in now. Oh yes, so should we. I'll just get our tickets. Yes, hello, sir. You're having a good evening, yes? Yes, this is rather delicate, sir. You see, yes, I'm afraid that dogs are not permitted in the theater. Yeah, I figured that. Eh? Yes, you see, this ticket is only valid for 2 persons. Persons usually pertaining to humans and not canines, yes. Oh, I see. Gosh, I'm so sorry, I never crossed my mind to buy a ticket for you. Oh, Ernest, you'd forget your head if it wasn't screwed on, wouldn't you? And you wouldn't. Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. I'm afraid you'll just have to wait out here until the film is over, sure? Oh, sure, I'll just hang out on the street like a stray. I didn't even bring my coat. Little doggy coat. It's not even as if I can go back and wait at the office. These paws can't open no doors. Fine, alright, I'll wait here. Just do me a favor and don't watch all the ending credits. Good boy, we'll be back soon. Alright, Ernest, shall we? Oh, yes. Ha, what doggy deity have I upset to deserve this, eh? Oh, boy. Alright, in we go. can't believe it's upon us. Maverick Director's latest masterpiece awaits. I'm beside myself with anticipation, Miss Layton. I really am. Ernest, this is no sub for love film. This no sub for love film. It's a romance story, is it? You've only just worked that out. Well, yes, it's a romance, but it's so much more than that, miss. Actually, you can't pigeonhole Rector's work. It transcends genres. You see, Miss, Rector used to direct cult B movies. He had quite a following of die-hard fans even then. I think it must have been his attention to detail. I mean, really, he was a complete perfectionist. But he somehow never managed to appeal to Joe Public. And about 10 years ago, he started to move into more mainstream genres, romance stories and so on. That's when he started to become more popular by appealing to the wider audience. Now he's regarded as one of the greatest directors of our time. His films are always highly anticipated. I must say, I've always thought his films were capital. I've been a huge fan, even since his Cult B movie days. My all-time favorite has to be Wallow, the mud-bathing robot hippo, and a mudless post-apocalypse... Oh god. It's Wall-E ripoff. I see, so you're also a fan of Mr. Rector's films, are you, Emiliana? Well, of course, I think he is a fantastic director, but no, I'm more interested in the actors in this film. Oh, you mean Leonardo DiCaprio? Oh god. Leonardo DiCaprio, great. The lead. I hear he's so popular with the ladies. Well, he is extremely good looking, and an excellent actor, of course. After all the action roles he's played, I'm dying to see what he's like in a love story. Liliana, I didn't take you for a lovey-dovey type. How cute. Oh, I didn't mean... I am not lovey-dovey. None. Anyway, when you're finished teasing me, look, it seems the VIP guests have arrived. Harry had to go do something. What happened? Let's see. Last time you heard, basically, we found out Mayor Lowenita did set up the... well, it wasn't actually a murder. She just set up kind of a thing to promote, like a way to draw publicity towards the festival. It was all staged. It wasn't a real murder. And yeah, they were all actors. So let's see. Basically, now we're at the movies. There's a movie that we're gonna watch. I don't know. A lot of VIPs are gonna be here for this big cinema type thing.
Hey, look! Wow!
It's the dragons!
Dragons.
Well, London's wealthiest would be at an event like this.
Oh, thank you for the exposition. I just thought they were actual dragons. Every one of them looks very well off. Who are they all? You are very poorly informed, Katrielle. Everyone in London knows who they are. They are known as the Dragons, the 7 Dragons of London. 7 dragons? More exposition, please. Yes, some of London's wealthiest residents, moguls of media, finance, transport. Between them, they really control the city's economy. Although some of them do come from wealthy families, it's really only in the last 10 years that they've become so well known. Oh, not very long then, especially in a historic city like London. True, and of course it's not just people here in London watching them. The whole world's eyes are trained on these 7 multimillionaires. Well then, they certainly do sound very influential. You know one of them already. Oh yes, Mayor Lowenita, so she's one of the 7, is she? Ooh, we must go and say good day, Miss Layton. Yes, I think there's still time before the film starts. Let's go and say hello. Yeah, say hello. Danny DeVito. Good evening, Pippa. Katrielle, I wasn't expecting to see you here. No, well, in truth, the films aren't my thing. I'm here for the popcorn. You're here for the popcorn. Haha, I don't doubt it. I didn't realize you were one of the 7 Dragons of London. Oh, that's really my father's influence, but I don't think of myself as a millionaire. I think of myself as London's mayor. Nothing more. And that's a very worthy title. Not everyone has what it takes to be the mayor of a city like this one. Haha, you're too kind, Katrielle, but it's always nice to receive a compliment. Now then, there's someone I'd like to introduce you to. This is a friend of mine, Mr. Phineas T. Barnum. Howdy! It's a real pleasure to meet you. So, you're this Katrielle Layton I've been hearing about, eh? Pipper's told me all kinds of stories about you. Oh, good. Don't you worry. I've been just dying to meet you. Well, it's an honor to meet you too, Mr. Barnum. You're one of the every name in this game, I swear to God, is a reference to something. You're one of the VIP guest lists, I presume. VIP guest list? That's a good one. You'll be saying, I want a ticket next. Oh, so in what capacity are you here then? I was under the impression you either had to win a ticket or be invited specially. You don't have a clue who I am, do you? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll set you a little puzzle. If you can solve it, I'll fill you in. Alright then. So, fortune teller fiasco. Okay, you've decided to visit a fabulous fortune teller, but it turns out you can decide your own fate with a little bit of brain power. If you can stack all the cards onto the discard pile, you'll have good luck. The only rule is that you must either follow number or suit when placing the cards on a card on the pile. So get stacking and take control of your destiny. That's weird. Okay, so apparently I gotta put either a spade or a 3 on here. Okay, the last card's probably going to be an 8 since there's no other 8s. There's a 2 7s, 3 3s, no 4s. That doesn't work, so yeah. 2 7s, 2 6s, 2 3s. Okay. Trying to figure out. Bridge that. Okay. Okay, I think I see it. Three, 7, 7, 4. Yep.
This should do it, I think. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
You did it. The swirling mist of your future are clearing. I see a heart card. You are about to find love. Yeah, okay, that's one of the most generic responses. You're either gonna get money, love, or some weird combination. Or good news. Is the good news about money and love? Maybe. Sure, why not? That'll be $50. They told me you were good at puzzles, and they were right. Sorry, I wasn't trying to test you or nothing. I just want to see it with my own eyes. See, I'm a big fan of detective work. Well, I hope I didn't disappoint you. On the contrary, so we had a deal, didn't we? Let me tell you all about me. I'm the manager of the Savoy. You see, the Savoy being the greatest darn theater in the West End, bar none. I'm the one who's putting on this screening. Oh, you mean you own the Savoy? That's right. Now I hear you blew the Pip's little festival plot out of the water. I was wondering what kind of girl you were. Now I see. Mighty fine. Well, I hope you enjoy the show. After all, if it tanks, I won't make any money out of it, now will I? Well, the truth is, I'm really here for the popcorn, not the film. That's new dirt. That's the all-new durian flavor, you mean? You know, I came up with that myself. You have to keep thinking of new ideas if you want customers to keep coming back, right? I'll just let Pip try it as it happens. Not her cup of tea at all. I see you're involved in all aspects of the business. How interesting. Well, that popcorn certainly has a unique flavor, perhaps a little too unique. Yeah, durian is not a great flavor. What, does everyone in London have random puzzles? Yeah, in this game, yes. They just have random puzzles. A good example of an effort not necessarily producing results. I'll judge for myself, I think. Now, where did you get it? It's on sale at the kiosk back there. Show them your coupon, and they'll give you a tub. Ah, look, that old doubly over there, over by the kiosk there, Madame Dublé. To you should introduce yourself. Madame Dublé, is she another of the 7 dragons? Gretchen Dublé is a name You'll do well to remember, Miss Layton. And a word of advice: never forget the madam. She controls a whopping great empire of business stretching right across the globe. You know, yeah, she practically breathes money. They used to say that the sun would never set on the British Empire. Well, if that's a metaphor holds any water at all, Madame Dublé would be the sun. She's the glue that holds us all together. The mother of dragon, you could say. I see. Well, she certainly sounds larger than life. If you want your detective agency to have any chance of success, it would be a wise move to befriend Madame Dublé, Katrielle. I suppose detective work does rely on maintaining good relations with people. It's true. I could just say hello while I queue for my popcorn. While you queue up for your popcorn, you really haven't grasped how important she is, have you? Okay, well, that was all interesting. Trying to introduce all these dragon characters. We're going to the kiosk next to get popcorn. Here we are at last, the kiosk. Time to sample the all-new popcorn delight. Oh no! What's the matter? There's no one at the kiosk. I won't be able to get my popcorn. Well, this date's ruined. Never mind, miss. How about introducing ourselves to Madame Dublé instead? Ha, so near yet so far. You mustn't be down in the mouth, miss. Remember, Miss Barnum said she could be a very useful contact. Yes, alright. Let's say a quick hello then. Do you know which lady she is? I suspect that lady over there who might be who we're looking for. Yes, I think you're right. She certainly stands out as being affluent. Whoa, very affluent. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to be Madame Dublé, would you? Indeed I would. You are? I'm Katrielle Layton from the Layton Detective Agency. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Madam. Oh, the Layton Detective Agency, you say? Now, where have I heard that name before? You must be the famous Herschel Layton's daughter, are you? How's the professor? Is he in good health? I think so. You think so? Well, no, I mean, he's very well, yes, thank you. I'll be sure to mention to him that I met you. Yes, please do. Tell him I should very much like to meet when he's next available. I wish I could. Goodness, it's nearly time for the show. I promised myself a little tipple before it begins. Do excuse me. What the heck is a tipple? Well done, Miss Layton. I think you've made an impression. Phew, I don't know, Ernest. All this hobnobbing with the rich and famous is taking its toll on my nerves. Oh, I don't believe it. Over there, look. It's Maverick Director. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nigel Thornberry. No, he doesn't have the nose. My nose reduction surgery was a complete success. Smashing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Maverick Director. Thank you all for coming to see the premiere of my new film. I hope you enjoy Naval Advance, No Sub for Love. The screening is about to begin, so if you'd all like to make your way to your seats. I can't hold the voice too long. Oh, my giddy aunt, I can't believe it. It's the real Maverick Director, Miss Layton. I've never seen the real Maverick Director before. But you've seen the fake one. No, I didn't mean... Oh, there's no time for that. The film is about to start. We must take our seats. Aren't you forgetting something, Ernest? First I have to redeem this coupon for my durian popcorn. Oh, and look, the kiosk attendant has returned. But what if the film starts while you're waiting for it? Everyone else is already inside. Quickly, miss, we must hurry. Yeah, sorry for the wait, ma'am. We have a full house tonight, and with all the VIP guests demanding attention, yes, it's been quite busy, I'm afraid. I see. Well, anyway, I believe this coupon entitles me to some free popcorn. The new durian flavor? Yes, that's correct, ma'am. However, the feature is about to begin, I think, so, yes, please take your seats immediately. I'm sorry, miss, but we really must go in now. Kind of the cornerstone here. What do we got? A ferocious figurine. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the premiere screening of my latest work, A Naval Advance, No Sub for Love. The story begins with a young couple who meet at a ramshackle old cinema out in the, man wants to become a film director whilst the girl nurses her dream of becoming an actress as she waits tables in a local cafe. A turn of events sees the pair on a luxury cruise ship together, and they never fall more in love as time goes on. And then something terrible happens. The ship, a relic from an ancient civilization, starts to sink into the sea. The situation is desperate. There seems to be no way out. The couple are doing everything they can to survive. Can we watch the movie and see this for ourselves? Well, I think I better stop there. I don't want to spoil your enjoyment of the story, after all. I just finished by saying this film is a culmination of years of work and marks, I believe, the pinnacle of my career. Just let us decide this for ourselves, dude. Of course, it would never have been possible without the support of so many people. Fantastic actors and cameramen and women, the sound crew, my assistant, artistic director, the editing. Just let us watch the movie. And above all, my wife, who has been a constant source of encouragement, never stops believing in me. I'd like to say that an enormous thank you once again to everyone involved in the production. So without further ado, I present to you A Naval Advance, No Sub for Love. It's too long of a title. Way too long of a title. God, it's the Titanic. What is going on? It's a transformer! Oh no, it's a submarine. Okay. Oh, I get it. No sub for love. Got it. Whatever. They were on the front of the ship, now they're on the back of the submarine. Okay, I guess I don't know. Whoa! Nope! Deleted scene. Like, physically deleted. What's going on? What's happened to my film? Why is it cut here? Oh, this isn't right. Last scene, the kiss, the scene, the big finale. Someone's stolen it. Oh, I get the stolen kiss. Okay. Funny. Excuse me, Mr. Bonan. Has everyone left now? Yep, that's the end of that. We've had to cancel the screening, so I sent everyone home. You're a friend of Miss Layton's now, aren't you? Well, I'm not sure if friend is the right word, but well, I'm Emiliana Perfetti. I'm a case analyst and profiler at Scotland Yard. This theft of the climatic scene of the film is a very serious offense. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some questions about it. Yes, could you tell us what you know about the events leading up to the discovery of the missing scene? Katrielle, what are you still doing here? And why is that hound with you? Well, everyone else has left now, so I thought Sho could help sniff out the clues. We don't need any sniffing around here. Keep your nose out and your dog's nose out of the business that doesn't concern you. But it does concern us. Mr. Barnum personally requested that I stay and help. Humph. You bet I did. Talk about lucky, having a Scotland Yard officer and a private eye on the site. Anyway, I'd like to ask you both to help figure out what happened here. See, Harry's currently hunting Slowpoke. Currently shiny hunting Slowpoke. He's up to 47. Good luck, man. I've seen people in the thousands try to get a shiny. Who the heck cut that kiss at... who the heck cut that kiss scene out of the film, huh? If anyone can solve this case, it's the woman who figured out the Riverside Festival shenanigans. Ain't that right, Katrielle? You'll take on the case, won't you? Well, I couldn't very well turn down after that glowing praise, could I? Of course, I'll take on the case, and mystery solved. Any mystery solved. That's my motto. Mr. Barnum, please, I'm more than capable of handling this case. Leave it to the experts at Scotland Yard. Now, I'm not saying I don't think you're a talented detective as well, Miss Perfetti. But a little competition should make you both work harder. Va bene. So you'll soon see that I pinpoint the truth much more quickly than this so-called detective. That's the spirit. Good luck to both of you. Well, don't just stand there here chit-chatting to me. You better be running along to get a statement from the old rector, aren't you? Where is he now? Do you know? Sure do. He's right over there, still totally dumbfounded, poor guy. He put his heart and soul into this final kiss scene. It's kind of hard to understand why anyone would have done this, I must admit. Still, that's for you two ladies to figure out, isn't it? Why is he laughing at that? Oh, nice. Yeah, he's having a day. Huh? Alright, my friend. What voice did I give him? Smash it. Okay, yeah, I gave him I tried to do a Nigel Thornberry voice. It did not turn out well. My Phil, my magnum opus. Please, Mr. Rector, don't worry. I personally tracked down the thief responsible for stealing the last scene. No, you won't, because I'll track down whoever did it first, Katrielle. Very professional, ladies. Very professional. It was perfect. I made every last detail perfect before I was willing to show it to the public, and now this. Surely the negatives are still available. You'll be able to produce a new reel for another screening, won't you? But didn't you see the audience's reaction? They were frustrated. Without his final scene, the story doesn't hang together at all. I want to give people the perfect film, but I've put my whole life into this project, my heart and soul. We understand, Mr. Rector, but try not to let it get you down. I will track down the perpetrator, don't you worry. Try not to let it get me down? Are you mad? This is a disaster. A blow like this, just before the official release is the death knell of any film. And just when I thought I'd made it to the big time, when I got into this top studios, now I'm back to trying to make ends meet again. What am I going to tell all my crew? I thought I'd finally be able to pay them what they're due. This is terrible. Please try to calm down now. Tell me, do you have any suspicions about it at all about who could be responsible? Responsible for this desecration of my work? Obviously someone who doesn't like my films. Ha! How am I going to face my crew? My wife, even. They're all on tenterhooks waiting to see how the audience reacted. I just want the ground to open up and swallow me up. I wish I was on that submarine right now, sinking. Yes, well, thank you for your time, Mr. Rector. This has been very helpful. Sinking! He actually sank into the floor. Oh dear, he was talking. He's really talking this badly, isn't he? Yes, ridiculously. So I give up. I'll try talking to him again once he's calmed down. You can't blame the guy for being upset. This movie was a big deal to him. And he's not the only one who's troubled by what's happened either. I'm kind of sour myself. Well, yes, I imagine you would be. This is going to affect sales for you, after all. I like the way you think, Missy. But it's not just that. I'm a big fan of Rector's work, you see. I was looking forward to the whole world finally seeing what a great director he really is. Now this has happened. All that talent could go to waste if you're not careful. So you two ladies better get a move on and figure out what happened to the stolen scene. If it'll help, I can give you access to anywhere in the theater. In fact, I'll just tell security to give you free whatever. Okay. There's no projection, but there's the projection box around the back. Normally it's out of bounds, but I don't mind you going in there to investigate if you need to. The projection box. Aha! Thank you, Mr. Barnum. What are we waiting for? Let's hightail it over to the projection box then. Yes, I agree. We should start by investigating the film reel. Is there something wrong, Emiliana? I've come to expect irrational behavior from you, Katrielle, but really, talking to your dog. Oh, yes, oh, right, you can't hear him. Yes, it's wonderfully therapeutic. You should really try it sometime. Anyway, are you coming with us to the projection box? No, I will be carrying out investigations elsewhere first. Amateurs tend to put me off and I might miss something crucial. You see, Katrielle, every criminal, no matter how careful, leaves a trail of telltale signs following a crime. Only a skilled profiler like myself can read them, of course, which is why I will solve this case long before you do improve the superiority of my methods. Just shut up and do your work. Don't mock me, va bene. You'll see soon enough. I really wasn't mocking you. I'm looking forward to it. Ha, Laura. Until later, Katrielle. Try not to disturb the scene too much, won't you? She does not know how to make friends. Alright, to the projection box. So, this is what the inside of a projection box looks like. What a lot of machinery. Yes, excuse me, authorized personnel only in here, please. I'll have to ask you to leave. I wonder what this machine does. Stop! Don't touch it! Don't touch Albertina. Albertina? Yes, Albertina. She's a brand new. If you touch her, you could put her totally out of alignment. She's very cranky. Not like old Rosalind next to her there. She's much better behaved. Bulletproof she is. Albertina is delicate. Wacko alert. There's not jobs named all his equipment. Albertina and Rosaline. What lovely names you've come up with for your machines. Don't touch, please. I'm going to have to insist that you leave now. It's alright. Mr. Barnum gave us permission to investigate in here. Investigate? Sorry, I should have introduced myself. I'm Katrielle Layton of the Layton Detective Agency. These are my assistants Ernest and Cheryl, who investigated the disappearance of the final scene of No Sub for Love. Now, would you mind telling us who you are? I presume you are a member of the technical staff here at the theater. Yes, I'm Seymour Frames. I'm the Savloy's projectionist. I see, and what do you do? The projectionist is responsible for setting up the film and controlling the equipment during screenings. I must say, it sounds like a rather spiffing job. Just think of all the films that you get to see. Don't make light of it. Being a projectionist carries a huge responsibility and demands incredible attention to detail. I have to keep a constant eye on the running of the film, fine-tune all the machines, and make sure the projector is in exactly the correct position at all times. There's never any downtime in my job. I have to spot all the motor cues and make sure I'm ready to reel the changeovers as well. Good God, get a new line of work. Golly, it sounds awfully complicated. It is, but I wouldn't have any other job. I'm happy in here, surrounded by machines. But people always think it's a dawdle, and it's not. Yeah, it sounds like he's more interested in the machines than the films they're showing. Yes, I think we need to ask this Mr. Frames a few more questions. Please don't. Excuse me, Mr. Frames, but could you tell us what you were doing before the screening today? If you're expecting me to talk to you, you can help me solve this puzzle first. Everyone has a puzzle. They all have puzzles. Just random puzzle laying about. Circuit unbreaker, okay. Little girl's favorite toy is broken. You found all the bits, various chips and wires, but you need to work out where on the circuit board they go in order to fix the toy. Press and hold A to pick up the component, move it around. Press L and R to rotate the component you're currently holding. Wires can cross each other, but the chips can't have anything running over them. Okay. Okay, but you need to work out where the circuit... Okay, so the circuits... Wires can cross over, but the chips can't have anything running over them. Okay, so like anything like these chips right here, they can't have any wires running over them. So that makes it a little bit more complicated. Can I flip these? Okay, I can flip them. Cool. I feel like this one I gotta place first. So is there any other way to place this? Doesn't look like it. place that there. That wouldn't fit. Yeah, that's the first thing I need to do. I need to place this one first. So it either goes there or there, but the problem is, yeah, that can't be it. It's either there or there, so we'll try there first. Okay, so yeah, I can't have overlapping. Okay, so that fits. Okay, so the chips can't be overlapping, but wires can. Got it. Oh my god, I figured it out. Wow.
If you entertain my idea here.
Dang.
Still no patch on Miss Layton, of course.
Okay, fixing toys is like this is a piece of cake to an electronic whiz like you, and the little girls over the moon and to have her precious toy working again. Alright, that one's done. Solve 20 puzzles. You earn yourself 1 decor docket. Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, that was pretty impressive. So you'll talk to us now. I'd like to know what you were doing here before the screening today. Fine, alright then. I was in here, of course, making sure all my machines were in tip-top working order. So you were the one who actually ran the film? Yeah, I was pretty shocked when the last reel suddenly skipped a scene. And would you have any idea who might have stolen the kiss scene? No, not really. I mean, I really don't care. It's only a film, for goodness sake. Yes, about that, Mr. Frames. Even though you work in cinema, you give the impression you don't really like films. Is that right? Obviously, it's the machines I love. Give me Albertina and Rosaline here over a stupid film any day. Oh, that reminds me. I've got to get Belinda cleaned up. She can't let the spare equipment get dirty just because you're not using it. This chap certainly does love his machines. Okay, so the first part of this case is a machine freak. So the machines did it. Okay, so machine freak. Projectionist Seymour Frames has named all his beloved equipment, but has little interest in films. Before the screening, he was in the projection box preparing. Okay, that's good to know. So he was the only human around. Birdie. Oh, look, Miss Layton, there's a bird on this cage. It's a minor bird, I think. I thought it was a raven at first. Raven mad, like someone else in this room. Mina's talking birds, aren't they? Yes, that's right. I bet he can say all kinds of things, can't he, Mr. Frames? Yeah, I've taught the Major quite a few words. Why don't you introduce yourself, Major? Come on, say hello. Hello, I'm the Major. Major Minor. Mind your minor. He really does talk. So what? Minor birds do. Dogs, on the other hand, now that's something special. Would you mind if we tried to get him to say something? Sure, go ahead. He's pretty sharp. He'll probably talk for you. Oh, goody. Come along, miss. Let's try. This will be such a lark. Hello. How are you? How are you? He's very polite, isn't he? Sure, why don't you try talking to him? Perhaps you'll be able to understand each other. It's not talking, it's just repeating words it's heard before. Can you speak Swahili just because you're human? I only speak dog, alright, not bird. Really? You never told me that before. You've never told me if you can speak Swahili. Point is, so far I've only met a few humans who can understand what I'm saying. Maybe there are some birds or cats out there who will understand me as well. But I've never met any of them if there are. I didn't realize there were all these limitations on what you can and can't do. What's a disappointment? Oh sure, I'm such a disappointment because I'm a talking dog is so mundane. Oh well, I suppose I'll just have to try to communicate with the bird myself. So, Major, did you see the film Thief? Saw the thief! Saw the thief! Jeepers, really? Who did it? Who did it? Who did it? He's just repeating what you said. Yes, who did it? You did it! You did it! Of course I didn't do it. Didn't do it! Didn't do it! Who's a pretty Polly then? Who's a pretty Polly then? Gosh, he even tells jokes. Amazing. Yeah, sword splitting. I told you the Major's very sharp and genius, really. Alright then, Major, if you're so sharp, you'll understand when I explain. What I'll do if you make fun of me again. Call the RSPP! Call the RSPB! Miss Layton, he is only a bird, I remember. I know he talks like a human, but you can't really treat him like one. Wow, okay. Major hunger, popcorn, popcorn! Sorry, Major, I'm all out of popcorn now. Oh yes, of course. What is it, miss? Have you cracked it? Have you seen the heart of the case already? No, this is far more important than that. Oh, really? I forgot all about the new dairy and popcorn I wanted to try. I knew it. Great. Alright, so I guess the minor bird's part of this case. Nice job. Thanks. Okay, so frames doors his pet minor bird called Major and brings it to the work with him in a cage. Bird can speak, but it's unclear whether it can understand humans. I don't think so. I think it's just repeating what it says, what other people say. Well, I think that concludes our investigation of the projection box. And other than the machine-mad Seymour Frames and his pet minor bird, nothing seemed to stand out as being unusual. Yes. Gosh, you certainly seem to be deep in thought, miss. Are you figuring it all out with those little grey cells of yours, as Inspector Hastings calls them? I've got it. I know exactly where we need to head next. Without a shadow of a doubt. The snack kiosk. Seriously. I refuse to leave without my free popcorn. I can practically see the little kernels of corn popping around inside your head at the moment. Miss, we have to focus on the case. The head of the Great Leighton Detective Agency, with all its proud history and tradition of 3 days ago, can't be distracted by such things. What history and tradition? Cat only just set up the... I just made that joke. Well, alright, but if we have a proud history and tradition in the future, if we can just get our heads off popcorn. A long way in the future. As it stands out, we have no leads at all. I think we should investigate another part of the theater. The pup's got a point. Snooping before snacks. Come on. Well, if the two of you don't want to come with me, I'll go on my own. Ha! Like a dog with a bone, as usual. Let's turn our attention back to the case. Presumably there's an editor here as well, wouldn't you think? We should see if we can interview him or her. Quick thinking. Go faster, Pinstripes. So how do we go about finding the editor? Well, I suppose we could ask Mr. Frames. Pardon me, Mr. Frames. We'd like to talk to whoever was in charge of editing the premiere. You mean editor? Editor, really? He's the editing technician. Rector's famous editing assistant? Yeah, he's one of the most famous senior members of the Rector's crew. He was here for the screening today. Well, given that it's an editor's job to cut and splice the film, I think we should speak with him. He may well know something about Missy's kiss scene. Where can we find him? Good question. I don't know where he disappeared to after the screening. Perhaps he's still in the theater. Let's go and ask if anyone's seen him, miss. Alright, as soon as I've got my popcorn, we'll go and hunt for Mr. Tor. Let it go, Cat. Maybe if it'll go quicker in the long run if we just go to the snack kiosk now and get it out of the way. Very well, miss, you win. Let's head to the kiosk. Alright, what else can we do in here? So, is this one Albertina? Is it? It is? No, that's Rosalind. Albertina's the one next to her. Oh, I do apologize. Look, it's easy to tell. Albertina's the one with the beautiful curves. Rosalind's the one with the gleaming skin. Barking. Completely barking. Of course, Albertina doesn't always listen to what you tell her. But that's just part of the charm. It is, I see. Yeah, I don't want to stay here any longer. There are still one or two people about, even though most people have left now. Never mind that, it's popcorn time. Now I just need to give the coupon, and Ernest has to the member of the staff of the kiosk, and the durian delight will be mine. Obsessed. You're obsessed. Let's try and get this out of the way now. Yes, what could I do for you? Oh, aren't you the chap who showed us into the theater before? Yes, all the other staff members were individually assigned to take care of our VIP guests. So yes, we are a little short of hands for the usual running of the theater. Yes. I'm having to do everything myself. Greetings, the theater goers, showing them to their seat, manning the snack kiosk, cleaning. Yes, I can't be in enough places at once. Gosh, you sound awfully overworked. Like someone else I could mention. Answering the phone, making tea, cleaning the office, helping with investigations, sound familiar pinstripes. Oh, I don't mind. I'm very proud to be able to help such an esteemed detective as Miss Layton. You are? Well, I'm sorry to trouble you when you're obviously so busy, but I'd like some durian popcorn, please. Here's my coupon. Yes, of course. I'd be delighted to serve you, except that I'm terribly sorry, but I can't. You see, yes, I'm afraid the daily special popcorn is all sold out. You're sold out of popcorn. You're a movie theater. You should have popcorn, like an entire room filled with popcorn. I knew I should have come earlier. It was always going to go quickly. Such a knockout flavor. Oh yeah, anyone could have predicted that. However, yes, I do have something else I could offer you instead. A puzzle. Oh yeah, thank you. I wish I had food, but I'll take the puzzle instead. Alright, there are 3 panels and are expressing the numbers number 6. Change the order and orientation of the panels to make 6 in another way. Not 1 plus 5 or 5 plus 1. Okay. Okay, make 6, not 5 plus 1. Oh. Can't believe I didn't see this. That was too easy.
This puzzle's got some bite. Don't call me Sherlock Holmes for nothing.
Okay, sorry, I think there was a little bit of hiccup there in the stream. Yeah, everything should be working now. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so puzzle 6 of 1 has been added to the puzzle index. Awesome. I do hope that satisfied your appetite for something unusual, yes? Oh, well, I suppose I'll just have to give up on the popcorn now and get on with solving this case. Finally, we can put all that popcorn nonsense behind us. Isn't it funny that the Major, you know, the minor bird, knew the word popcorn? And we're back. Yes, actually, I was the one who taught him to say that, yes. Oh, really? Yeah, sometimes I take a snack of popcorn at the projection box, you know? I even see the Major out of this cage before. You mean Mr. Frames lets the bird fly free? Yes, I believe so. I mean, only sometimes, of course. Yes, he could get into rather a lot of trouble. And quite often the Major eats all the popcorn before Seymour gets a look in. Yes, it's true. That's how the bird picked up the word popcorn in the first place, yes. I even took a tub of durian popcorn up there earlier today, and the Major had it all again, yes. It just took my eye off him for a moment, and he gobbled up every last piece. An entire tub? By Jove. That's a bird with an appetite, alright. Oh yes, I was surprised as much as you are. But I think the Major might have overdone it that time. Yeah, it seemed to have given him a tummy ache. Ah, that lucky thing. I wish I could eat so much durian popcorn that my tummy ached. I must stop pining for something I can't have. Yes, it's time we spoke to Mr. Tor, the editor. What? I was still on popcorn. I feel your pain, Shell, but we must find Mr. Tor now. Do you know where he is? Yes, I saw him just a few moments ago, actually. Yes, he was on his way out through the door. Quickly then, everyone, we have to catch him before he goes home. Okay, so that is the... Okay, so let's see, we got the next part of the case. Allow the fly free. So they let the bird fly free in the movie theater? That's gotta be horrible. Okay, so it seems the Major is sometimes allowed to fly free in the... just in the projection box, and has been known to get through a lot of popcorn on occasion. Okay. Well, this case is going swimmingly, but that is all the time we have for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to TimPlaysAGame. Stay tuned for more live streams every night, midnight Eastern. I think we're going to do this again tomorrow night. I'm still not clear on what I want to do for the schedule. I kind of like to keep things freeform, but we'll see. Till tomorrow night, this is Tim from TimPlaysAGame signing off, and have a good night, guys.